One.
Hold on. Hold on just one moment. Okay. Good morning.
And welcome to Best Psychic Source.
I am Michelle Bassett.
And I am Maxine Janetta Jones.
And welcome to Best Psychic Source on this Thursday morning where we are talking about toxic relationships.
And toxic family members.
And toxic all over the place.
So true, so true. So, do you have any toxic family members in your family?
Who is it? And you know what? Here's the thing: is that yes, I do have family members that they, like to stir things up, so to say. But in their defense, and in a lot of people's defense, they really just don't know any better. It's how they were raised. It's what they've been introduced to. It's what they've been around. So it's really, you want to get mad at them and you want to, but at the same time, you can't. You have to accept people for who they are.
I think, that's the hard thing for people, though. Acceptance is the hard thing. It's hard for people to accept people for who they are and where they are at.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of problems in the world is because, we as people are toxic. We're just toxic to ourselves and to other people. Because we want to constantly call people on their shit. It's like, well, you're calling other people on their shit. Who's calling you on yours?
True. But when people call you on your shit, and here's the thing that, so we want to call people on our shit. And we're like, when people call us on our shit, what do we do with it?
We act badly. People as a whole act badly. I think that if you're doing something that's inappropriate or hurtful to someone, they should tell you. And they should tell you in the nicest, kindest way. Because it's something within them that's hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to respond out of compassion. But I often wonder when people are so, proud. I call this person on their shit. It's like, okay.
What did you really accomplish?
Yeah, because while you're looking at another person, who's watching your lawn? Who's watching you? And people have a problem with that, but that's just where I'm at.
So we are answering your questions about toxic relationships, toxic family members, toxic, just toxic people in general. We are answering your questions. So if you guys would like to call in or just message us over on YouTube, we are on YouTube Live. Yay!
Yay!
And so tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about, we always hop on air and people are probably like, well, who are these two ladies, sexy ladies that are psychic too? Who are they and how are they psychic? So tell us a little bit about yourself, Max.
Well, I was born psychic in my family. I'm fifth generation, which means that I'm the fifth line in my family of psychics. But I think in our family, that's how it always is in every lifetime that we are psychic. For some reason, we're paying off some type of karma, some type of karmic debt. It's continuous. So I am clairvoyant, claircognizant, and clairaudient, which means that I see, I know, and I hear. And they all can be very different gifts. And my word I was going to say is difficult. And the reason why I was going to say difficult is because you don't always want to know what was said about you when you enter into a room, even though it isn't being said about you anymore. That's one thing that makes it a little different. The second thing is that people are in the normal world. They're in the world of reality. And I'm in spirit in the normal world, but sometimes what spirit says goes against the people's, I saw that. Sometimes what Spirit says goes against the normal reality. And that's always hard because I find that people are angry or they behave a certain way towards me because I'm always in that world of what God said. And that can be hard for people. And I have to understand that and understand where they're coming from. So I try to take, even though I don't practice Buddhism, my higher self is Buddhist. So I have to understand my higher self in order to move forward in this world. Okay. So as my higher self is Buddhist, it says that I must love and understand all. In order to love, I must understand and be in a place of non-judgment at all times in order to use my gift. Now, although my walk in this life is the native walk, which is close to the same principles, but not the same, it's a constant journey dealing with people. And sometimes you just can't say anything. You have to let people be where they are.
I thank you for sharing that with us, Max. So I was looking at our past YouTube videos and I just realized that I need a new shirt because I'm wearing the same shirt in all of our past YouTube videos.
But that's okay.
But at least my
wear black,
hairstyles
so
are different.
yeah, I always wear black, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you are wearing black, but your hairstyle is different too.
Well, maybe you like that plaid shirt.
You know what? We always do. So on Thursday mornings, we do our podcast. And then sometimes we do the YouTube live. But Thursday mornings, because it's such an early morning, I just grab clothes that are easy. And come summertime when, dresses are even easier. So I can't wait for warmer weather so that I can just wear dresses and not have to worry about matching clothes. Okay, so let's talk about me now. My name is Michelle Bassett, and I am a psychic medium. I like to call myself Claire Awesome because I, as well as Max, have all the gifts. I walk a different path than Max. I walk more of the elemental realm. I am very grounded with the earth and the earth elements, and I work very closely with them to do a lot of my work. Are you rolling your eyes at me now?
No.
I saw that. And I, being of the earth and elements and all that, like to have a whole lot of fun in all things that I do. I am super duper excited because did I tell you that at my store we are doing Harry Potter trivia?
I know that now.
Doesn't that sound like fun? That sounds like so much fun. Harry Potter trivia. So fun. And I am trying to rile up our kitchen witch friend, who is on Best Psychic Source. Max, tell us a little bit about Best Psychic Source.
Best Psychic Source is an online cam to cam and phone to phone psychic website. So you can go online and you can sit in the privacy of your own home or bathroom. Most people make calls from there for some reason. And you can cam to cam with your psychic. You can see them, they can see you, or you can see them and they can't see you. It all depends on what your needs are. And if you don't want to cam, you can phone in. You can just go to the website and phone in and speak to your psychic. So for a limited time only, just by registering, we're going to give you a free gift. And with that free gift, you can receive anywhere from 10 to 20 tokens. So if you haven't had a chance to try Best Psychic Source yet, get out there and try it.
Yeah, get out there and try it. So I was on Best Psychic Source yesterday. So Max and I are both readers on Best Psychic Source yesterday. And the number one thing that I kept getting hit with is relationships.
Which is awesome because on Monday on our show, Monday at 5 p.m., we're going to talk about cheating.
Yes, so I got hit with a lot of relationship questions. And relationships are, a part of, having somebody toxic in your life. So many people are trying to hold on to somebody that they shouldn't be holding on to.
Well, you shouldn't hold on to anyone, but that is the hardest thing to teach people. Most people are in relationships thinking about what a person can provide to them. A relationship must express and must have unconditional love. You cannot have expectations. There are four principles of love. And one is not to hold on to things or expect things from another person. The joy and the pleasure and the happiness has to come from you. You cannot rely on a person to make you happy. And if you do, you must understand that at some point your joy and your happiness will go away. That person is trying to make themselves whole just as you are, and they cannot be responsible for your behavior, and they cannot be responsible for building you as a person. If that is what you need, you may need to get a therapist or a psychiatrist. Just
okay, so I believe this is our favorite kitchen witch, Michael. So let me invite him on. Hello, Michael.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
Good morning to you guys.
good
Did
morning.
you guys have a good Easter weekend? Good morning.
Yes.
Did you guys have a good Easter?
Yes, we did.
How about you?
That's awesome. Yeah, well, it was a bit messy because I was 2-year-old with egg dye. They ended up giving us eggs at the end of the whole process. It was a joy. It was a joy and a pleasure, and we hid eggs, and we made Easter baskets, and we made a coconut cake, and we roasted we had a big old barbecue, like all kinds of food, made a salad, and all kinds of goodies.
Nice. Awesome. Max, what did you do for Easter?
I was in New Orleans for Easter.
Mm.
I left a couple of days before, and I went down with a couple of friends. And that's probably why I need to reboot because I'm tired from going. I am not the best traveler.
Mm-hmm.
I think I always need time to reboot after traveling.
Awesome. So, Michael, I have to tell you that I did your the egg, rubbing the egg all over you and cracking it.
Yeah, how did it turn out?
Well, I had a very thick cord that was telling me that I have a very thick cord connected.
Yes, that would be correct. If it's a thick cord, it's kind of like an umbilical cord.
Mm-hmm.
It means some form of attachment to something. Did you get any 3D images of birds or castles or bridges or anything like that?
No.
Well, the first time, you always got to try the first time, but you got to take practice like anything else,
Yeah, I can do it again. So Michael is our kitchen witch, and he is just awesome with teaching us how, the food that we eat, it's more than just the food that we're putting in our body, how we can use different things like eggs to, it's called Umancy, do readings. Now, Michael, today's topic is toxic relationships, toxic family members, just toxic people. Do you have any of that in your life?
I think yes. I think everybody does. There's always going to be that aunt that has a big mouth and who is hypocritical and over judgmental, Bible thumping, backstabbing. And I go on really, there's always that family member that will hold in, you want to punch them in the face, but you know what, you got to because, like I always tell people, negative energy is like a virus. It's contagious, and you don't want to lose your cool or make an ass of yourself.
Now,
so it's best.
In where you are located, you are located in the Bible thumping belt. Isn't that what they call it?
I live in East Tennessee, about 30 minutes from where Dolly Parton's from, like the country singer. We live in the mountains, Appalachian Mountains, very rural, very outdated. Well, let's just basically say it's kind of like stuff in the 1800s because they're not up to fashion. They're not up to the. So I am living in the Bible Belt, but.
So that is hard because with that area, I mean, what do you think, Max? With the Bible thumping area, it's not so much that they're toxic; it's just that their belief system makes them blind.
It's not, yeah, it's their belief system and their inability to open to new and different things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's with a lot of people in life. They have an inability to open to new and different things.
Have you ever heard of devil in a Sunday hat?
Yes.
You ever heard a devil in a Sunday hat? Well, when you go to church, the devil sits right in the front pew, okay? You can't escape negative energy, even in the church house. People sometimes use religion as a front. They use it as a bask in the glow of religion, whatever, and some people just wear it as a coat or a dress, and it's part of their cover up.
Thank you.
So it's more in what your actions, how you treat people, I believe.
Well, yeah, that's very
true.
That's very true. Toxic people, like Max was saying before you popped on the show. It's like so many people are looking at everybody else, trying to call out everybody else, but
not themselves.
Who's looking at themselves? So that devil in the Sunday hat, we love looking at that devil and saying, look at them go, but who's looking? Everyone's got something.
Well, I just feel like when you're tending someone else's yard, no one is tending your yard, and your yard is not perfect, so you need to pay attention to it. Just a thought. So,
I think there's lots of people wherever you go. You just have to learn to develop an immunity to them, which means avoid at all costs. Avoid those people like the plague.
Yeah.
Remove them from your.
Yes. You do have to. With toxic people, yes, you do need to avoid them. You need to cut them. You need to disconnect from them. But at the same time, you can't do it with hate. You have to do it with love.
Well, I just do it because it's kind of like a vermin. I get vermin. I think negative people are like vermin. They're such an inconvenience to society. There's a hater everywhere. There's people that just don't want you to succeed. There's people who don't want you to succeed because they can't succeed. So if they try to lower you in some way, they feel like they've accomplished something because they're trying to cover up a seed that's trying to grow. There are people who are going to be jealous of you, who are going to be destructive, who are going to be manipulative, backstabbing, but the thing here is using wisdom. Those people are ignorant. They don't have the knowledge that they need spiritually to act like a decent human being. But I'm very serious on this topic because I have some toxic family members, and I've had to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, I'm not going to put up with your disrespectfulness and talking about me. You got to be direct. Direct is the key. And don't be afraid to speak your mind, If you have to remove them like a cancer.
Yes.
Or they'll just destroy your life. I'm serious, it's true.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. You have to, and with toxic people, you have to stand your ground. You have to, you can't let, and it's funny. I was on Best Psychic Source taking phone calls yesterday, and I had this one woman who called in, and she was so worried about this person coming back in her life, but this person that's supposed to come back in her life was toxic. He did not treat her well. He was toxic to her, but she loved him and she wanted him in her life. And I just don't, I mean, I understand when you're in love,
but that's not real love.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's on Monday. We're going to be talking about cheaters.
Oh God.
Girl.
Well, maybe next Monday, maybe I can see the topic because it's like I was like, because cheaters is so depressing. We all know there's just some people cheat because they're unhappy in their relationship. They always try to rationalize for cheating. Don't even get me start talking on that, girls, okay?
that is our topic for Monday. So Monday at 5 p.m. we will be talking about cheaters.
You know what? I got a really cool way magically of since I'm a kitchen there. There's a little there's a potion that you can make to get rid of enemies. And you know how centinela plants and candles use them during the summertime to get pesky bugs away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can buy a little citronella plant and grow it in your yard. When it gets like really good, you can harvest the leaves and boil it in olive oil, and you could get the concentration from that. And for instance, you could rub a little bit on you if you're going to a place where there's a negative person going to be there. You can enchant the fall. You can put some beeswax, like a paste or a lotion. It may not be very pleasurable, so you may want to put some lavender or some rosemary in there, maybe some citrus. But you can make this ointment with citronella because it gets rid of the bugs, so it gets rid of annoying evil food magically. So you might want to try that if you ever. It's called like a vanishing potion or something like that. Mm-hmm. Called in one of my book of shadows. So, anyways, girls, that's a magical little information for today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we were talking about toxic people. A lot of people do a lot of things in the name of love, but their love is not love, it's toxic. So what is the definition of love for you guys?
What is the definition?
Yeah, what does love mean to you? Like when you say you love someone.
What's love got to do?
Because I don't think that people know what love means.
Well, okay, first, what is the source of love? The creation of love. It is the divine God and Goddess. They are the perfect couple, the perfect parent. And when we are born, we are designed for love and relationship. I believe that love is pure. And if you love somebody, you don't ever want to hurt them. You truly care and respect for someone. You don't hurt them, you nurture them, you love them, you support them.
So why is that hard for us to do? So if you love someone and they're being negative or toxic to you, should you be negative or toxic to them?
I didn't hear that last part, hon. I'm sorry.
So if you love someone and they're behaving in a toxic manner towards you, should you behave in a toxic manner towards them?
Well, I have lived in a toxic relationship, and when you're stuck in a place, if you live with someone, you have a relationship with them, you're going to get on each other's nerves. My boyfriend, he was a drug addict, and I couldn't handle the pressure of I couldn't handle him and his bipolar fiending mode. I mean, he was a sweet guy. I loved him to death. But he was bringing me down because he was bringing bad people, toxic people around me. I'm a spiritualist. And these are good people.
But he wasn't doing that to you. We actually do it to ourselves because you could have left. And people will say, and this I was hooked on love. But see, that's not, yeah, and that's not love. And people will say, but I love him, but that's not really love. I mean, love is to love someone for who they are and where they are. But if you truly loved him bringing these negative people around would have been okay. You could have removed yourself from the situation and still loved him, because love is not about how you can benefit, or, love is about, I want you to be happy. If doing drugs makes you happy, it makes me happy. I may not be able to live with you and be happy in that happiness, but I'm still happy for you if it makes you happy. The problem is that in relationships, we want someone to stop what they're doing because our way is better. I want you to stop cheating on me. But if I love you and cheating on me makes you happy, then you have to go do that. We can't be together, but I want you to be happy, cheating and doing whatever you want to do, just not with me. That's love.
Well, I do love him still, and I brought him back to life because he overdosed on drugs and stopped breathing and went to his teacher. And I remember I still have PTS from this because I truly do love him. But he has to live his own life his own way. But when I brought him back to life, he was not breathing. I did CPR, I was freaking out, and I said, Lord in heaven, I love this man. Give me the power to restore life in him. And I brought him back to life, and he said he doesn't remember anything. It was completely black. And then he goes back about an hour or two later to do drugs. And it's like, really?
Because that's what he loves. Really? But see, that's the thing. You can't really love him because your decisions can't be his. And that's not just you, that's with everybody.
Yeah, but Michael's pretty much saying drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad, but that's what his partner wanted to do.
Yeah, but drugs are bad.
They are bad.
Nobody should be doing drugs.
They should not be, but that was a choice that his partner made.
So you're saying that his partner should go around doing drugs because that's what he wants to do and no one should tell him not to do it?
I'm saying.
He did it because he's an idiot, and I called him out. Okay, basically I sum it up. Look, you're stupid. You're an idiot, and you just got your light bulb flickering. You don't get it.
So because you guys are thinking in your logical mind, why do you think he's doing drugs? Do you think he wakes up in the morning and says, this is a choice that I want? Maybe it is.
Well, he has the choice to make the drugs.
You can't. Drugs is like a master.
I could have left, but I was addicted to love, or the feeling of love.
Right. So because he had an addiction to drugs, you had an addiction too. And that's my point. If he has an addiction, you have an addiction. You have to find out what that addiction is.
Mm-hmm. That
keeps you there.
Yeah.
It's like the same advice you gave him about drugs is the same advice you need to give yourself about love. Life is a mirror. You have to look at the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
If a person is physically cheating on you, you're cheating on. You have a problem with cheating too. You just have to figure out how it is affecting your life. So that's what happens when I don't have anything to do but to sit around and think. Oh my God.
Well, you're right, Matt. You're right.
For a whole.
You're not the first. You're not the first homegirl that told me what to do. Like seriously,
for a whole year and a half, I just studied people and psychics. I'm like, oh, okay. Once you look at life, it's like, we were talking on Monday, and people were saying, well, I forgive them, but I don't love them, and I don't want to be around them. Then if you don't love them, you haven't forgiven them. You're not whole. You're still broken. And that lesson is going to continue to happen. The same thing your parents, mother, brother, sister, or whatever the toxic family member did is going to happen to you over and over and over and over. Again, one of the things that is famous in the Bible is Jesus says, go and sin no more. No matter how you look at it, it means go and don't pick up the same mistakes or the same diseases. Learn from it. If you put your hand in the fire and it burns you, why would you put your hand in the fire again? The same thing.
True. I've heard that before. If you know the stove's hot, what was a different version? If you know the stove's hot, don't touch it twice. That's what I've always told. And if you touch it twice, you're just an idiot. I mean, really. But yeah, I've heard that,
But we as people, we don't learn. I listen to people all day long complaining about their husbands or their wives. They don't bring me flowers, then leave them. Okay? Well, love them for the fact that they don't bring you flowers. Because you need flowers for them to prove to you that they love you. That's wrong. That's not love. But I love them. You don't love them. You love the possibility of what they can bring or give to you. And I know that's harsh, but understanding my higher self is a harsh job.
Well, I had a reading 2 days on Best Packet Store with a wonderful client. She came and got the 23 credits that we're offering. Mm-hmm. And she said that, that she was dating a man and he knocked on the bed and he was strangling and choking her. And they ended up getting a divorce or breakup, and she wants to get back with him. And I said,
see?
I mean,
that's sickness. That's a sickness.
Oh, yeah. And basically, I said, really, if that's not how someone loves someone, that's not how you treat a lady. I said, just because you might be good in the sex is probably about it, not even that. Because he's all physical with them. Physical, seriously, some people, when they think they're going to have some friends and benefits, and then they fall in love with the guy. I mean, there's a whole different scenario of what we think love is, and we sometimes get delusional, and I was delusional. It's the fact of life that sometimes our mind's clouded because the feeling and the intoxication of love feels so good. So
it's not just the feeling of love, it's the feeling of sex. I say sex is its own emotion, its own feeling. Once you cross that line with somebody and you start having insertions, you take it to a completely different level. It's like you need that feeling of being needed.
Mm. I am going to say, and of course, you guys can look at me like an alien, but Michelle knows how I am. You should not be doing things that take you away from your goal or your direction or your journey. So if your journey is to be with someone who loves you, they need to demonstrate love in the purest way of demonstrating love, and sex and love are not the same. Mm-mm. So I may be attracted to you, but emotionally and mentally, we need to connect on a higher plane before I give you my body, because sex is temporary. And then at some point you have to put your clothes on. And if you can't get along, you have an issue.
Unless you're having that tantra sex, which is just going
Did you say tantra sex? Mm-hmm. Oh, Michael, you're so funny.
Tantra sex, you're thinking about God, the creation of the universe, your Kundalini energy, you're a natural battery. I mean, and you got the incense. Come on, it's some beautiful thing. Relations is a beautiful thing when you get that tainted stuff. I
think that is true, but I was speaking to God maybe last year in a deeper conversation. Not that it took me last year to now to talk to God. I was talking to God in my basement, about an issue. And he said, this is what I'm asking or telling you. You asked me to do something and I'm doing what you asked. And then I said, well, these other situations didn't turn out right. And he said, you didn't come to me about these situations. You did what you wanted to do. As spiritual people, we don't go to God about the very thing that is most important, and that is about love and relationships and who we spend our time with. We will say, a lot of things, and we'll ask God why. But why is it that we come to Him after the fact? Yesterday I was speaking to an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I knew he was going to appear because on the left side of me I had two exes, and on the right side I had someone new. But I think the new person is an ex, but just seen in a different light. But anyway, I said, to my ex, he said, what if I gave 100%? Would you give me another chance? I said, no, I could not. And I didn't blame it on what happened in the past. I just said, I could not be the right person for you because I'm a spiritualist, I'm psychic, and that is something that you do not like. And when we're starting relationships, we have to make sure that things are lined up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I bet you're a ball buster, aren't you, Max? I bet you're a man eater. I think you're so beautiful. I think you're so beautiful. I think you're so funny. You're so smart. But I know you got that scorpion in your chart, and you're not to be messed with. Really, I think you're a strong, independent woman, and I think that knowing what you want is an important thing. I salute you for that.
But it took some time. I wasn't, it just took some time to analyze and look at these things. I mean, my teacher had said to me, where do you want to work? And I said, I want to work in relationships, relationship with self, relationship with spirit, and relationship with the world, meaning your career, your personal life. And a lot of times we don't give what God sends to us, we don't give it a chance to actually work out. We want to jump to the next thing, and we have to look at what we're doing. And that's a major thing. So,
well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sweet pea.
I said, but I'm still in love with that guy. I met him in 2003. I still know him. He's dating someone. But I would love him enough to let him go. But I want to see him one day. We talked about meeting up, having a rendezvous. He's a good guy, and he's a sweet, wonderful man. And everybody has trouble. We've mended our relationship, and I truly love someone. What is the real meaning of love? Is to love them unconditionally. So even though he's with somebody, it hurts, but you have to let a butterfly go. You got to let a bird free.
So is he still? Is he still on drugs?
No, I think the only thing that he does is maybe cannabis, medical cannabis, which helps him with his anxiety, which that's all natural. And that comes from the goddess as an herb. It helps cancer patients. My grandmother was on it. It helps her eat. So I believe in that. And as long, with the opioid crisis, people are dropping like flies. Some people can't help their addiction. It's a disease. And I really learned that. But you got to make choices in your life. I could have left, but like you said, I was addicted to him too. I was addicted to love. But that was many moons ago. I've evolved since then. But you're right, Max. I could have left it. But deal with it.
So Michael, what are we doing today for a relationship? You seeing anyone now? I said, are you seeing anyone now? Are you saving yourself for him?
Well, I haven't dated a guy in 6 years. Yeah, I had a little bit of play. Had a skater boy one day, a workout guy another. I didn't fall in love with him. You know how it is. You thought you think that you like them, but totally different level. I still love the guy. I still would like to get back with him. But now he knows that I'm a professional psychic. He doesn't even, he's like calling me now, not even talking to his boyfriend, which I like that, the attention. But he's like, he saw the Best Psychic Sports advertisement, and he was like, he contacted me because I saw the advertisement about you at Best Psychic Sports. He says I couldn't believe it. I never thought it would be like advertised like that.
Aww.
And he said he's so proud of me, and I said I'm so proud of you, and I try to get him. I mean, he's very much psychic too. And so I've been trying to get him to come to Best Psychic Stores for, try to get his hair. He's a reading cards, he's an astrologer. I think he's been in just fine. But I just got to convince him. But yeah, things love can happen. The point is making peace with people,
Well, that is true. So, Michael, what do you see for Michelle's love life?
Oh, we're not looking at my love life.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not looking at it.
Pull a card for Michelle's love life.
Oh, I don't want to look at my love life. I don't have time for being in a relationship.
Let's look at Michelle's love life.
I get that a bit of a naughty deck.
You pulled out the naughty deck?
It's called Tarot, the Sexual Magic.
Oh!
It's the tarot. It's tarot with a little bit of Greek nudity, okay? But it shows, it gets into the sexual psyche of the human being.
Okay, pull a card for Michelle and post it on my wall too. Let's pull a card for Michelle.
Oh, God.
Okay, let me get myself together. I'll get the card. Hold on real quick. Can you bear with me?
Of course we can bear with you. We're bears.
So while we're waiting for him to pull a card, do you want to say your word for the week?
My word of gratitude?
Yes.
Michelle, I know for privacy issues, could you please put me your birthday on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
On Messenger.
All right.
You need her date of birth?
Yep.
You want to read it, don't you? You got to have a star date.
Oh, my God.
You don't know about no star date? It's when the day you're born, the first breath you take the power of the universe in you, or the planets were, the position that's in there.
No, Michael, I'm so different.
Huh?
I'm so different. You have no idea. I'm just one different chick. I'll tell you one day. I'm just different.
Okay, now how can I take a picture and send it to you? Let's see.
How
about I'll call you and put it on. You put I'll call you on Facebook. You put it on mute, and I will see them. Wow.
Just tell us what the card is. What does her card say?
Okay. Into these cards are direct faith powers that are drawn from you, and powers that come from supernatural realms. In the name of the God and Goddess, I bless this for Michelle. And I'm saying your birthday in my mind. We ask about love in all forms. The first card that comes up, is Three of Chalices. Do you want me to describe the card? It shows wrapping a man in the news, coming up behind a young woman taking her bosom. It represents that he wants to be devoured somehow by one rabbit. You're such a little bit of a control freak, so you need this man to take all the work. It represents he's kind of biting on your neck from behind, and he has his right hand over your right bosom. So it represents, and he has his other hand in other places. So it represents almost being ravaged by sex and desire, wanting someone who's going to think that you are the goddess, that you're so beautiful, you're ravishing, you're beautiful. You know, you're like
so basically, Michelle, you're looking for a man to take you.
Very intimate.
Why is it three of them?
Card that comes up. Go ahead.
Did you say it was three of them?
No, it's the Three of Cups.
Three of chalices.
Yes.
I'm reading from the Tarot of the Sexual Magic.
So does that mean she has three choices?
I can't hear you guys.
Does that mean she has three choices?
No, the Three of Chalices always represent a reunion of love or having feelings for someone to love.
Well, there's no reunion.
It represents nostalgia, past relationships you still remember.
Maybe an old.
Like I remember the last. Remember that last.
Yes, it is.
Remember the last like show we did on Monday? You said maybe one day I'll get some AIDS in or something. and it basically means that every lover that you've had, you can remember. But the description of the card, you see there's an egg in this description, and there's actually, I mean, it's very seductive. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you after the show, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, you get the Seven of Swords, that represents that you have two people who cannot look at each other. Their backs to each other. And this represents that you probably need some help with forgiveness, or you still have some unfinished business with an ex. The next card that comes up represents you. There is a possible chance that you have someone now or in the future. It's the Four of Chalices. Represents someone you like to keep your business to yourself. So it's someone that you'll be meeting in secret.
Yes, she's going to have a secret affair in the month of April. In the next 4 weeks, she is. Because I think I'm funny. That's why I had you pull her cards. You're absolutely right. Secret love. You're absolutely right. I'm teasing Michelle that she's going to have a secret romance.
Oh boy.
Well, Michelle, you're such like a fairy princess. You're so pretty. I think that any man that gets with you is going to be so lucky.
Oh, Michael, thank you. You're so sweet.
You are a fairy princess. As soon as I saw you when I started best I can sort of like she really is a fairy. I was like, because you look like it. You're
hanging out with a scorpion.
And you're so pretty too, Max. I swear, you guys, any man that gets you guys are going to be so happy. You got cold.
Well, I just hope that man likes to work. Because
you do got a guy that likes a little bit of bondage. I hope you like 50 Shades of Grey. There's some bondage in there. Oh, girl.
I don't know about. Everybody likes a little fun, but you coming at me with a stick, I'm running out the door.
There's no stick in bondage.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
If you're tying me down, that's one thing, but if you show up with a stick, it's gone.
Caning and oh my God, Michael.
Well, in this depiction, the girl's tying the guy up, so it represents taking control and being submissive, taking turns with someone, balancing the relationship.
Thank you, Michael.
You need that. You need, see, the thing here is, Michelle, you need someone who's down to earth, an earth spirit, someone who loves animals, who loves nature, who loves to grow their own vegetables. You need a down to earth.
Yes, she's been picking the wrong element.
And he needs to have a ponytail.
She's been picking a fire element instead of a water and earth element.
I like a man bun. I like muscles.
Stay away from air and fire.
Oh, the muscle, God. I love some muscle girls. God, it just makes me melt like a popsicle on the 4th of July.
I love it.
I swear to God. I tell you, I've been lucky in life with love. I've had some good looking men. I had some charm. That's what it is. It's a charm. That's what I have. But, you gotta have some fun in life.
You sure do.
You
sure do.
You gotta be someone's friend. You gotta be someone's friend before you can be someone's lover.
You do.
It's called a foundation.
Yes.
So You got it. I'm going to send you the cards that you got that I have. I'll scan them and then I'll send them to you on Facebook because you're going to love them when you see them.
Yes, I'm excited to see him. Now, wait a minute. What about Max?
Well, okay. Well, I can't use the same tarot with Max because I got to show you the pictures that you have.
Oh, okay.
That you have.
So I get a different tarot deck.
But Max, I'm gonna get you the. How about the? Let's see here. Let's find something for Max. Let's see here. How about the language of flowers?
The language of flowers is good.
Yeah, let me give you a reading with the language of flowers. All right. One day in the future, I'm going to have to meet you two because we were doing so many shows together.
Well, you can come in September if you want. Where are you at, Michael?
I'm in East Tennessee.
You can travel. We have a fair in September. You can come up in September.
That'd be wonderful.
Check and see how much the bus rates and stuff are.
The what?
The plane, bus.
I ain't taking no damn bus. Not over the
Well, train.
Not after that Mexican with a glass eye looking at me all night. Hell no. No.
Just check the rates. Whatever you wanted to just check to see how much it costs. That's all I'm asking. That's all.
Oh, I know. But that's how I took a great help. I was sitting next to this gentleman and his eye had a glass eye. It looked at me all night long. I couldn't get no sleep. But everybody laughed about that because, it was like he was asleep, but his eye was still looking at me, But anyways, that's just a little joke that I have with my family and stuff. But Max, your card for today is from the language of flowers.
Okay.
The first card that comes up with you for you is marigold. Marigolds are sacred flowers in India. They are usually used in a puja or a prayer to the gods. It represents light, optimism, and a favorable judgment in any legal matter. The next card that comes up is the rose, eternal passion and desire. But remember how I used the rose in beauty spells?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rose comes up with you, and the rose is considered the king of all flowers, king and queen of all flowers. It represents eternal happiness. It represents, did you know when the Garden of Eden, when the world was created, the roses didn't have thorns. But then after all that drama that happened, that's when they became prickly. The whole point of the rose is that you're going to find someone that's really going to treat you well. That's going to make you a better person. That's going to rub your feet late at night when after a hard day's work. I have supper cooked when you get home. It represents a true gentleman because it shows a knight fighting a dragon next to a rose bush, which means someone's going to defend your honor. The next card is the iris, the goddess of the rainbow flower, which means satisfied desires from a lover, meaning your glass will run us over. The next card that comes up is the lily, the Easter lily, resurrection and innocent love, and love that will last throughout eternity. You got an Easter lily? It's a sacred symbol. It's a great omen. If you just passed Easter, we're all in bloom. The white lily of Easter is one of the most, we have Christmas trees, so trees are important for Christmas. For Easter, it's the Easter lily, that's the symbol of Easter, because it represents resurrection. That has no hold. Situations have no hold. That you'll constantly be rejuvenated with life and goodness. The next card that comes up in this spread is the lily of the valley, lily of the valley, which is happiness rediscovered and eternal youth. So being with someone is going to make you feel young. And your final card, Max, is lavender. And it shows two people levitating in the air, kissing deeply and madly. It represents sweet dreams. It represents bliss and eternal harmony.
That's beautiful. So I'm going to have a gentleman and you're going to have a secret affair.
Oh,
Michael, you can't get a card. Michelle is going to use her gift. Michelle has been delving deeper and deeper into her mediumship. So you're going to get Michelle's mediumship.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but he wants a card.
He's not getting a card. He's getting your mediumship.
But he doesn't want to talk to past loved ones. He wants
you Michelle can go into your love life with her mediumship. I'm whipping the stick over here.
She is, and I'm trying to run. Okay, so
now take Michael. Your shoes off, please.
My feet might stinky.
That's okay. I'm used to you.
I haven't worn them in a while, and I just remembered why.
Now.
Okay, how about this, Michelle?
No, I'm the mommy here.
Can you tell me if I'll get it?
I'm the mommy here.
Tell me if I get it.
No, don't let her off the hook, Michael. I'm the mom here. She's going to do it.
Okay, yes,
she got it. She got it. Michelle, Michelle with her medium gift can do more than talk to past loved ones. She's going to tell you about who you are energetically connected to and who you're ultimately going to end up with in this life. She's looking for him right now in her mind's eye because that's what she can do.
It better be good.
It is going to be good, Michael. So
just she can describe him too because I see it.
Just like yourself, Michael, you like me, you like the taller men. You know, you don't like them to be shorter than you. You like them to be taller, but you also like them to be a man, you know, and by that, when I say you like them to be a man, you like them, you know, like I like muscles. I like rippling muscles. Huh?
Okay, so you said I want them tall. That is correct. They ain't gonna be sleeping with no left arm. Okay? Okay. I need someone my size. So yeah, I'm 6'3".
You're 6'3"?
Like that little mix. Huh?
You're 6'3"?
Yeah, I have
He's Daquan's height.
Yeah. Oh gosh, okay. So he's gonna have short, dark hair. Short dark hair.
And what color is his eyes?
His eyes are blue.
Very good.
And so,
but like a funny, or is that like a bluish green funny thing going on there?
I mean, they change colors.
Because your eyes are blue, but they look funny. They look blue, but they look funny.
Because I am funny. Okay, so Michael.
How old is he?
Who, Michael?
No, the guy.
Michelle, get ready for your erotic tarot reading, tarot from Sacramento. I'm sending to you right now. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy when you see them. You're going to blush. I'm telling you, it's some potent tarot. I mean, really, this is one of the most, like, all my
Michael.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
How old is he?
90 seconds.
He is in his early 40s because Michael doesn't like them to be too old. Michael likes them to have a youthfulness to them. So he's going to be in his early 40s, but he's going to look younger.
Okay, late 30s, early 40s, that's okay, but I don't want no fossil.
He's not going to be any older than 42, Michael. Be quiet.
60 seconds.
Okay. And Michael, the only thing I would say about this guy is that you have to be ready because he is going to be someone that is a bit more stern than you're used to, which is going to be a balance for you because you're somebody like myself that's so light, that's so airy. Mm-hmm. But he's going to be somebody that most definitely grounds you.
Yep. And remember I said walk around the circle? Look around the circle and see what else you see. Go slow.
Michael, I see that you have a female.
10 seconds.
that is past. And I want to say that this female is kind of like an aunt to you, or like a sideline like that. But she is somebody that most definitely is close with you, that watches over you. But you also have another man that's knocking on your door. So you have two men. You have the tall, stern man, but then you also have somebody that is, you know how you were saying leprechaun? He's not going to be short like a leprechaun, but he's going to be a prankster. Yes.
Michael, are you there?
I mean, I ain't no offense to a leprechaun. I mean, but
well, he's 5'10". The other one is 5'10". But the woman, that's so the woman that you see, which one of them is his soulmate and which one is free will? Because the woman that you see is trying to tell you the difference between the two of them. Can you see? Mm-hmm. Look for Michael's higher self in this circle. So Michael has a higher self in him, you know. Mm-hmm. So find Michael's higher self, because this is the woman that you see who is past, but I don't know if Michael knows her because it looks like she passed when Michael was a little boy.
Okay, well, I mean, I know there's quite a bit of women that are like aunts and
yes,
you know, people have got there's quite a bit, but like I had like 12, but I mean, so they're all dead. But I got like 12,
yeah.
6 aunts are dead or something.
Oh,
but this one is
almost like.
Shh. So which one is she telling you is Michael's destiny, or you know, mm-hmm. and which one is a choice that he can make? Who is she?
The choice is the prankster.
Okay.
Because he is fun and lighthearted, but he's gonna end up. He's a showy type of guy. He's a me kind of guy. Where the other guy, the tall gentleman, the dark-haired gentleman,
is who Michael signed up for.
Yes.
Do you get that, Michael?
Yeah.
So when she said the choice, she means free will. It doesn't mean that he's bad, but it goes against your contract that you put into mode. Now, walk around this circle and find his higher self. Did you find him? Mm-hmm. What energy does the higher self have?
Michael is like myself. He works on the elemental realm. His, you know, it's funny. Even though he is tall, his higher energy is more of like it's more of like a gnome. Mm-hmm. Because he has gnomes have so much earth, they have earth magic in them, but they have so much wisdom inside of them as well. And gnomes aren't all small, chubby little critters. That's just the way that we have
depicted them.
Yes. So you actually, Michael, you need to please trust more in yourself, because you really have a lot of wisdom in yourself.
But you haven't 100% mastered earth magic, and you have money coming into your life within the next couple of weeks, Michael.
Oh!
So you gotta pay attention.
$1 bills, y'all.
Okay.
You said money?
Yes.
That's always a good thing, because I've been working quite a long hour.
Well, yes, but your life is going to start changing, your foundation, where you live, and the amount of money, and the way you see yourself. But you have to master earth magic, because you have not.
Okay.
And you have the.
I'll take it back.
You have the
advice from spirit.
You have the ability to.
Well, you can't do any magic without using any of the elements. So, I mean, I use the power of earth in every spell. But are you saying grounding myself so I'm not so flighty?
No, you need to believe in yourself so that you can actually pull stuff from the spiritual world to the physical world.
So do you think a man would ground, a perfect guy would be able to ground me a little bit better?
I think that you can ground yourself, but the perfect man that you signed up for is going to be in your life to live your life with you. Yes. But within the next couple of weeks, you'll ground yourself so that you're not so much in fear. That's something you're going to do all on your own. And it is going to change your income.
Yeah, totally.
Drastically change it.
But,
Okay, guys, so our show has been over for 5 minutes now.
So, Michael,
well,
Monday, don't forget, the subject is cheaters. Cheaters. Cheaters
Ooh.
never win.
All right, so we will see you Monday, Michael, okay?
see it. Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to send me pictures.
Oh, I did. Tell me what you think.
Okay, I'm gonna look now.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Love you, kiddo.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
There, all done.
Okay, so when you're walking around people's circle,